Okay, here we are taking a look at
Hate these Germans.
a scene from Pitch Perfect 2, and this is an early part in the movie where the German a cappella group does their first big number, which is really appropriate for the Germans and for what they went through during those two horrific conflicts in the early 20th century, particularly the second one, World War II. And I don't know if they could have picked a better number for the Germans here, whether it was something to make fun of them or otherwise. Who knows what goes on in the mind of the Jew, but the twisted, perverse mind of the animal before it pounces on its prey. It's who could say, but it's well worth watching this and then to take a look at the last performance towards the end of the movie and how they perverted the message.
Holy guacamole. Okay, the car's moved. Let them move out.
These are the Americans right here talking about their kind of angle it up so my flash isn't on the screen. There we go.
A German collective operating in concert to create sunny.
So the Americans are checking out their arch enemies here, the German group at some kind of a car show.
They will not control us. We will be victorious.
Paranoia is in bloom, the PR transmissions will resume. They try to push drugs and keep us all dumbed down in hopes that we will never see the truth around. Another promise, another seed, another package lie to keep us trapped in greed. Another green bed wrapped around our minds, an endless red tape to keep the truth from hide.
One of the things they do with both of the performances, or the big performances with the Germans, is they show them like automatons. I guess some kind of a little reinforcement to the National Socialist goose stepping. I don't know. On watching this, I wonder how many of the German actors on this set, I know the blonde girl is definitely from Germany, I've checked out her bio, are aware of the background and what they're actually singing to. Okay, and the rest of it's kind of blah, blah, blah. So there's always a Jewish message built into it, a subversive message. And I'll just keep it on for a little longer here.
What do the American kids say? Jelly.
We are so not jelly.
So the American group is shown to be, the Jews' idea of
We should send them something. Fruit basket.
diversified.
Or would you prefer mini muffins?
Some black girls, some Hispanic girl, dead center, middle in the back.
Where we're gonna kick your ass.
I don't know if she's Jewish or what.
You are the kicker of ass?
They've got some gays in the group, and they even big fat girl, Fat Amy. Who at some point in the film.
That's it. You are like a troll.
You are physically flawless.
Thank you.
And so here's a gay thing.
Like you.
Look at her eyes. She
We are
does
not
like her.
scared about the world,
It's kind of
because when the Bellas hit
a
the
little
stage,
gay thing that they have
they're
going on in the
like,
movie. How the little American girl is sort of turned on by the taller German girl.
Could be anything. Obese to knees.
It's funny. I admit I laughed through much of the movie in spite of the sickening perversities that the Jews injected throughout.
Team is like a, how do you say?
And this
A heated
Fat
mess.
Amy creature claims to be from Australia, and she calls the Germans Deutsch bags at some point in the movie, which is just tasteless humor. Okay, I'm gonna stop and fast forward to the end here now to pick up on the rest of it.
Okay. Just because you are making me very sexually confused does not mean that you are intimidating.
Yeah, there it goes again with the.
We have literally nothing. Okay. Akavita saying bitches. Oh, what is happening? I'm using my hands so much.
Okay, picking it back up here towards the end of the film, where they have another confrontation off on the side stage between the Americans and the Germans, which is kind of hysterical. And then the Germans do their big performance, and then after that, the Americans close out with their big performance, and it's nice. Again, it's a very politically correct performance, very feminist oriented, very Marxist. And what they did with the Germans' performance here is what really calls to my attention and should call to yours, and just shows how sick and twisted and perverted the mind of the Jew actually is, and how they've actually made fun of what they did to the Germans during World War II. And in this case, particularly with the firebombing, where we'll see throughout this performance this song, which is a very cool song, and I like it. And I like the performance. And again, the Germans are shown as automatons throughout. But what they do that really catches our attention is the song itself is talking about light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up. I'm on fire. And flame burns up in the background, and the entire audience at times glows red. And the people are zig heiling, to the stage. And it's clear that they're really making fun of the Germans and what they did to the Germans in that god-awful conflict. And we'll go ahead and pick it up here. And strangely, at the end, they show the Germans do an Iwo Jima flag salute, where they post some kind of a flag that's vaguely reminiscent of a swastika, of a German World War II National Socialist flag. Although it's not, but the way they post it, but it's in a famous American pose. So you got to wonder what they're doing there. Let me go ahead and go forward now.
And coming up next, Das Sound Machine.
Crowd favorite, John.
DSM, of course, is the German group Das Sound Machine.
Hear that? They chant. For us. Now don't cry too hard when you lose, huh? Makes eyes puffy.
Your hands are so soft.
I'm sorry, I don't speak loser. What did you say?
She actually speaks 8 languages, but loser is not one of them.
Everything must come to an end. Even with us.
Take care and lose nice.
Your sweat smells like cinnamon.
Again with the gay thing. Marxist filth. Already with the orange glow. The set's already got the orange-red fire glow on it. Hit their mark. The song was almost tailor-made for this. Here it comes. Sieg Heiling up. Boom. The whole stage on fire. The red glow. The fire in the background behind the women on the stage. And you've got the Europeans rapping. It's almost a humiliation in itself. Here we got 2 white people in the forefront and a black person off to the side failing. You can read into that what you want. They like to portray Germans and other whites particularly as being racist, and I'm sure there was something to that. Also brings in the Jesse Owens race of the 1936 Olympics. Light 'em up, I'm on fire. Here we go with the Iwo Jima salute. As if there was any doubt about whether there was any allusion to World War II here, they confirm it with the next line.
An incredible performance once again from the German group. I'm telling you, Gail, though, if the Bellas of old show up tonight, this could be the most significant conflict between America and Germany in history.
Crack a book, John.
It's funny, but I mean, they're rubbing a nose on. Oh, and here's a couple of token Jews here. All right, that's enough. But you get the idea.
Final performance, guys.
What they do, how they portray, the Germans throughout this film, and how important it is for them to maintain the illusion of their lies, of their war propaganda, of what they did. There's Fat Amy, the repulsive Fat Amy. But anyway, it's hard to swallow when you see something like this, because it is really one of the worst, most offensive pieces of Jewish filth propaganda I think I've ever seen. Burning the Germans on a stage and having them sing to it. Pure filth.